Okay. So, we should be live. One sec, are you gonna do it on the YouTube side as well? Just make sure it's all good. Now I should be able to have that. There we go. We should be good. So, g'day there, ladies and ladies. Welcome back to our Dragon Quest IX Let's Play. Last time we made our way through Wormwood Creek, over to Upover. So, let's continue. There's a few things I guess I want to do before we really continue the main quest. So, let's do it. First of all, I would like to go get some more money from the bank. I love the music in these games, it's so good. Anyway, we got plenty of money in the bank, and Upover is pretty expensive. Normally, you wouldn't have as much gold as I do, but you would have like 4 characters to go with, you know? Let's just go on a spending spree and then deposit later. So, I do recommend, if you are playing it with 4 people, that you grind up against gold golems in Gleba, because for what they are, they give you the most amount of gold at this stage. And they're not terribly hard to beat if you're able to get to Upover. So, I recommend grinding against gold golems, and you also won't get too over leveled because it's pretty far in the past, you know? Well, yeah, pretty far back, so you won't get as much experience to really over level. So I do recommend grinding against gold golems. But if you are a bit worried about constantly grinding, there are ways to alchemize for better stuff. So, we've got the power shield. I would like the Mithril helm. Oh, yeah, the mirror armor sounds really nice. It's expensive, that's for sure. Of all the streams I miss the Pokemon one. Damn! Yeah, we did it like last Thursday for me. It's a new kind of challenge run that I'm doing. Ooh. These give higher defense. This is a little bit more defense, but this is available to more locations. So, it's kind of a return on investment. We didn't really get the dragon drip for too long, did we? Damn. Yeah, look at us. Not too shabby. But yeah, we started a new challenge run of Black 2. And we'll be doing it same time tomorrow as well if you're available for that. I see, not giving you notifications anymore. That is weird. Make sure it's like not personalized or something, like make sure it's like all maybe. But other than that I can't really do much about that, I don't think. But there is something else we're going to do. While we still can get some experience, we are going to unlock the Paladin vocation. So, in order to unlock the Paladin Vocation, we've been tasked with protecting someone. So, we gotta protect this guy. His name is S. Scribe, which is a weird name, but we're tasked with protecting him. So, but we gotta do it in a certain location, so let's do it. As Mr. Scribe wants to go to the deserts of Gleba. So, it is our job to... it's a warrior skill. Whipping Boy. We gotta protect Mr. Scribe. We want the enemies to hit Scribe. We will protect you. Now, I forget how many times we gotta do this. It might be about 10. But we're doing a good job. It is a bit easier with only one person, because normally you have 4 people and it's hard to predict who's gonna get hit, you know? Nice. Okay, that should be good enough. Yep, even for defending. Yeah. Okay, I think we're gonna do it like 3 more times. Well, I guess we gotta revive him. Bring S-Scribe back to us. Such a weird name. I mean, I know it's very like 11, but I'm still kind of waking up, you know? Woke up not too long ago. Which I guess should be, you know, maybe a bit alarming, but not too bad. I've just been having like nights recently. Love that music, by the way. If you really do need to sleep, I do recommend listening to that music. Alright. 3 more times. Oh. There we go. Yeah, something about maybe this time of the year is all about sneezing. I don't know, I guess it's just a whatever thing. I don't think it really depends on the time of the year. But nothing wrong with sneezing. Like, in terms of like, you know, feelings and stuff that really, you know, are worth living for, there's only really a few that I really like the sensation of. And one of them is like sleeping when you're really tired, like when you're in a deep slumber and you can't really wake up. I love that feeling, you know? Just on the edge of, you know, going to sleep from exhaustion. And then you know, close your eyes for a bit and it's all heavy on you. You just don't want to wake up. At that point, even like the world ending, it's like, nah, let me just rest. I love that sensation. But it only works if I'm like really tired. If I'm like, I could take it or leave it and go another few hours, then it's not as impactful. But if I'm like pretty much exhausted, like I'm about to collapse, that's when a sleep feels really good. Okay, that's definitely enough blocking. Yeah. Cool. Alright. We've managed to protect our friend, even though he's dead. So let's go get the Paladin Vacation. We won't be changing into it now, but we'll be able to have it for the future. Alright, yeah, so it was up. And then out. Up this way. I guess we gotta go. Yeah, we're gonna go a different way. Alright. We gotta talk to that paladin over there, you know? Yeah, out this way. Cool, so we now have the Paladin Vacation. Excellent. So, these aren't fairies. I think these are essentially our soul. Which is very weird because we are Celestian. I don't really know the law of this, but it's kind of whatever. Alright, we are good to drop off Mr. Scrab. Hopefully his parents aren't too worried about his condition. I wonder if we can actually drop him off. Okay. There's a hidden dog that I'd never heard of before. Alright, so we'll revive him and then drop him off and then continue on our way. Well, Anna, can we get a divination? Alright. close to 10,000 experience. Alright, we'll drop them off and then continue in Upola. Right, didn't move that. There we go. We may as well rest up while we're here. But how you doing, Minisos? You managed to get your Virtual Boy bid? Also, I get the sensation, well, I get the feeling that Kirby is gonna be back soonish. So that's cool. Alright, we are in Upola. We are here to get the assistance of Greynell to help us against Barbarous. Let us in, please. Guess we gotta talk to like a mayor or something? What we got here? Nice. Yeah, so every year they give the first batch of the best alcohol to Greynell as a tribute, which is pretty fun. So, in terms of... Oh, hello. Oh, it must be like an emulator thing. Yeah. I thought it was a sparkly. A bookshelf? Neat. You're definitely not who we need to talk to. Okay, so I kind of forget who we gotta talk to, but we'll figure it out. I'm thinking it's gotta be like a house over on this side. You look important. Barbarous. Alright, we're going into the volcano to go see Greynell. Yeah, I guess these guys are Aussie as well. Another book. Nice. Always good to get more recipes. So, yeah, it is a bit weird that Greynell's been around for at least 300 years. But, you know, he probably has his own ways to survive. Alright, we're in the Magmaroo. I don't particularly mind if we level up along the way, but I'll try to avoid enemies. It's also been a hot minute since I've been here. Another mini medal, we could probably cash those in. Let's see. Just gotta be a bit careful with the lava. This is a bit of damage. Hell Ninos. Pretty funny. Not too bad. They attack twice, which is very annoying. Nice. Right. Let's check it out over on this side. Standard defense, always useful. I mean, not at the moment, but still. Another mini medal. Pretty good. You know, if anyone wants to talk about anything, you know, I'm game. I'm usually pretty. I'm usually able to give some decent advice about anything. So if you've got a problem in life, I can probably help you out. You know. But of course, I'm saying that there's no one watching, so I'm just kind of chilling. Could go on a rant about something, but I don't really have that energy and I don't really know what to talk about. Dang it. Alright, guess we'll beat this guy up. Yeah, so now we're getting to the point in the game where even the enemies are attacking twice. Which can get a bit nutty, but we're pretty bulky at the moment. Alright. Okay, they can go back up. Not too bad. I wonder if between enemies attacking twice, or if there's enough enemies, if they can go above a 4 times multiplier, or if it's capped at, well, 2 times multiplier, but from attacking 4 times, or is it, like, can they go above that, or is it capped? I guess I've never really seen a situation like that. Cool. There we go, level 30. We are plenty of points for our next vacation. So now we don't really need to worry about battling enemies. Oh god, a bit of a labyrinth. Yeah, we go this way. Don't think we gotta go over there. Anything over here? Hades helm. Let me check that out. It might be a curse item though. Yeah, I think that's a curse item, which basically means that if we equip it, we need to go, we gotta use a certain ability or spell, or go to a church to get rid of the curse so we can unequip it. It's a bit of a pain if you accidentally equip it. But, you know, we already have a better item, so we didn't even need it. It'd be cool if it had like a really cool bonus effect though, but I guess we're gonna go this way. We'll just try and run. Right. Yeah, the minimap in this environment is not too friendly. Okay, what if we go up here? What do we got around here? Nothing. Alright. Whole bunch of lava going around. Right. I think that was the hardest part of the magma room. Almost there, I think. What do we have? Two options here, so let's go up here. That might be the way. Safety shoes, I think. That's okay, let me check. Oh, that's what we got. Nice. Yeah, so... What, hang on, while we're at it, we got 2% from our fisticuff evasion chance, right? So now we have a 4% and we got 10% block chance there, so we got 14% chance to just nullify any attack, which is great. That's not too bad, that's like a bit more than 1 over 8. So it's about a 1 in 8 chance that we nullify any attack. I don't think we really need to max out a heal for this. I think we're kind of good to go. Before we do, we'll just... Okay, we can't check it over there. Alright! Are we ready? As we see Grey Null. It's a dragon. Look at this beauty. This is Grey Null. hero of the heavens. He's smelling something on us. He's smelling traces of the House of Git of the Gitish Empire. So here we go. So let's just go for it and see what happens. Blinding. Okay, does decent amount of damage. Bit of fire. We can probably do one more. I want to see how much his basic attack does. Well, we dodged it. Doing decent so far. Okay, that's not much. We should be able to do this pretty easily. I mean, we might use one healing item next turn. Not bad. We are the Comet Punch King, after all. We're doing okay. But we might go for another item. Right. Not much to really talk about, we're just multi-fisting. Fisting the dragon, you know? Okay, not too bad. I think it's gonna be a few more turns of this. Hey, there we go. Well, that's another boss defeated. So, log cap is now 32. And boss defeated, we are now up to 13. Excellent. Ah, your phone died. Well, welcome back. You just missed out on the boss battle. Nice. More stats. Yeah, so he really thinks that we're part of the Gitish Empire, but we are not. Yeah, so we need the help of Graynell to help us take down Barbarous. Which is honestly a really cool cutscene. I kind of forget what happens now. When we wrap Team Radical Rocket's flag around these parts. When we wrap Team Radical Rocket's flag around these parts. Oh, we only represent Team... I guess Radical Rocket's like your own Team Rocket. Okay, yeah, so your own Team Rocket, gotcha. Yeah, no Journey Empires. Yeah, it just took me a bit to understand what you were saying. So let's try and leave and see what happens. Now, I think I know what we gotta do. So, let's go back to Upover. Uh-oh, there's battle music. Can we, rest at the inn first? Yes, we can. Team Gruesome going to use next. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, if you have to join an evil team from Pokemon, which would you join? I'm probably a Team Aqua kind of guy. Like, based off my own theory about it, I think Aqua's not too bad. Yeah, so the Gitish Empire is here to destroy the people of Upover and also Barbarous. No, not Barbarous. Graynell. These guys aren't too bad. Let's go for a Boulder Toss and see what happens. But yeah, I feel like Team Aqua is the... Whoa, that was a lot of damage. Jeez. Arjun Nerby, that's the one from Colosseum, right? With the dancing guy with the wood collar. Just dancing with wood collar all the time. I feel like you need a certain amount of courage to pull that off, you know? Definitely wouldn't be me. Good. Fell on the resurrection. Howdy howdy, I thought I'd pop in for a sec before... Like, oh, hey Josh. How's the stream been? Yeah, it's been pretty good. Not used to really seeing you as Josh, that's the thing. But yeah, we're doing good. I don't know how much you have played Dragon Quest IX, but we're in a pretty interesting part of the game. We might need to heal up though. Yeah, with the low tats of Mirror B, yeah. I guess you would need a fair amount of low tats to really join. Stop trying to resurrect, please. That'd be great. Skill link here, just chilling at my personal before we get loaded up. Yeah, I getcha. It's all good. But yeah, hope you guys are doing good. Okay, I feel like that was either scripted or we got unlucky. I don't know if we need to... Okay, we will need to defeat him. Luckily he doesn't count as a boss though, so we have many attempts at this. He is just hard. We don't need... No, we need to go a bit to base up over. Yeah, so it's not scripted, it's just a very inaccurate move, I want to say. Like, it's a guaranteed crit, but it's very inaccurate. It's kind of like a one-hit KO move in Pokemon. So we kind of just got unlucky. Normally, like, bear in mind, normally you have 4 people normally for this game, but we're doing it 1v, 3. So it's a lot harder for us. I might just focus on tossing some boulders. That way I can hit all of them for a fair amount. But yeah, it's definitely the Fright Note that we gotta worry about. Yeah, if we can do that one more time, we should be able to take out the Centurion. And then hopefully the Fright Knight is just focused on reviving. And we can just keep going for him. But we've also got about a 1 in 8 chance to nullify any attack, which is pretty good. So it is definitely possible that we could have avoided that crit, Further on in the game, we'll be able to do a quest line where we get a passive item in our inventory, which will automatically make us block crits. So any attack like that, that's like a high chance to, guaranteed crit but low chance to hit. If it does hit, we won't take any damage from it, At this point I just kind of multi-fist, do my little Comet Punch. But I'll probably check out your stream after I'm done. Yeah, it is pretty cool. It's not too far after this that we'll be able to do that quest line, which will be great. And there is one boss that has a move that is a guaranteed crit. It's just like very low accuracy, and so I want to get that skill before we battle them, because that's going to be making my life a lot easier. Victory Road time, yeah, that sounds fun. I've never really gotten up to the Elite Four. I usually play for a bit and then kind of get bored of my team and just retry. Like I've retried my Psychic team and now I'm just going with more Pokemon that I just enjoy and just going pretty basic. But okay, we might have had some internet issues there. So we should be back. Yeah. So see people do theme teams. Yeah. So I'm just kind of going with Pokemon that I like or have liked in the past. And yeah, as I was trying to say, I'm using Galarian Linoone, which is pretty fun with its Quick Feet and Guts. And I tried evolving it like earlier on, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of garbage because like comparing the stats, like I can pretty much use Galarian Linoone. Fine, I don't need to evolve it, especially because the abilities change. So I'm like, instead of going for an Obstagoon, I'll go for Galarian Linoone. and I think that'll be better for me. And it has been working out really well. You know, you go Protect, hold a Thrust Orb, and then Facade. You fast, like 1.5 times speed, 1.5 times attack, Facade, extra damage, it's great. And it can also hit twice, which helps get rid of like Focus Sash users. And is also able to hit ghost types with its scrappy ability, so it's really useful. Of course, you give it a dark type move, maybe like a Strength, which is a rock type move. Pretty good. Yeah, it's really good. Like, if I had a team of Goan Runoon, I could probably beat the game, but of course I'm diversifying a bit. So now I think we go back to Grey now. Tell them kind of what's been happening. Alright, I guess we gotta talk to other people. I just use Technician and Smeagol with Splash, and then I lose. Yeah, that would work. That would lose, I think. Especially if you're talking vanilla. I think Splash and Elite Redux does a bit of damage. Guess we gotta talk to the mayor. Let's see. Oh, another Pokemon that I'm really enjoying on my playthrough, because like, I'm just using Pokemon I really love, is Ambipom. You know, the whole fake out fling King's Rock with Unburden to double speed. You know, it's pretty fun. Not to mention the Technician and Skill Link. And, you know, Covet is a priority move if you don't have an item. So you fling a King's Rock, double your speed, then priority in case they've got a priority move anyway. It's pretty good. Guess we don't talk to these guys. A full Goan Runoon team would be amazing in Haglares. I reckon it would work out pretty well. Even if it's the same moveset, because they hit like a truck and not many Pokemon can really resist it. Solid Strike gets them every time. So you get it? Yeah, fair enough, the Splash. Ambipom has some super fun synergy. Yeah, it's really fun. Fling King's Rock, flinch, and then get a big speed buff. Yeah, I love it. I loved it, you know, back when it had one ability with Technician, but, you know, Technician, Skill Link, Unburden, it's so good. I love it. So, let me check what the log is saying, because I'm not really paying attention. Okay. What other Pokemon am I using? I'm using Appleton's evolution. No, not Appleton. The Hydrapple. Because I'm trying that out for the first time. It's alright. I like how I'm applying many debuffs to the enemy when they hit me. Like burn, disable, and reducing speed. That's pretty fun. And then I use Ring Out to nullify their ability. What else have I got? I got Hisuian Zoroark, just because I need, you know, something pretty decent. I'm looking to replace it though. Did I have a Mega? I don't think I've got a Mega yet. Can't remember. Yeah, so with the Hydrapple, they hit me, I reduce their speed, I give them a burn. I also disabled their item for a few turns, which is pretty good. So I don't know who I'm supposed to be going to. Maybe you, Granny? Ah, there we go. Yeah, so we gotta go deliver Greynell a drink. Yeah, I love that any Pokemon can be pretty fun and useful. You know, some Pokemon are definitely better than others, but you could reasonably build a team around any Pokemon, which is great. You know, like, I imagine a team of Smeagol or Kecleon would work pretty well, you know. Kecleon's pretty busted, if I do say so. you've effectively got all the type immunities. And you're being resistant to like anything that, you know, is thrown your way. But, tell you what though, Scrappy Grand Lunoon counters it, because you use a normal type move, they become Ghost, but you can hit Ghost. So it counters it. That's the fun of it. There's still clear best Pokemon, but like you're saying, everything has a niche or role. Yeah, so you can really build a team around anything, really. And with a new weather like Fog, it's pretty fun. I kind of want them to have weather from the Mystery Dungeon games. So they have Fog, which is different, but there's also Cloudy as a weather condition. So Fog in Mystery Dungeon just reduces the damage of electric type attacks. It's nothing too major. But I mean, it might have some ability synergies, right? But not really. So yeah, I believe we just kind of go through the Magmaroo to deliver. I just want to double check before we head out and then have to turn around. But Cloudy in the Mystery Dungeon just reduces accuracy, basically. So maybe Fog does that? I don't remember what Fog does. Okay, so I think for the most part, where we have to go through this dungeon without any challenges. Like, without any battles. So let's see if we can do it. But yeah, Fog and Mystery Dungeon just loves accuracy, so if they had to make another weather for another type, what would it be? Could go for like a Poisonous Mist. Could go... maybe like a pollen grass or like a scale for bug. You know, scales in the air. What about... I'm trying to think. Is there any Pokemon that you feel like could get a buff from weather? Or that you could feasibly... Actually, let's talk about weather, right? So, weather doesn't really encapsulate Fog. Like, Fog is kind of a weather, but not really. When we're talking weather, we're talking... like, higher up in the atmosphere. So, make Hurricane a weather move. Well, I mean, it's part of the rain combo. Fog in Elite Redux. Set buffs from all non-psychic and ghost ones at the end of every turn. Buffs or debuffs? Wow. Okay. All non-psychic and ghost at the end of every turn, and a few moves and abilities that go with it as well. I haven't run a Fog team yet. Sounds pretty good. Oh, remove stat buff. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, that's interesting. But when we're talking like typically about the weather, and I know because I've done a bit of a course in this related field, Fog isn't so much a weather. You need to go higher up in the atmosphere, so we got hail, we got rain, we got sun, we got the extreme versions of sun, rain. I guess sandstorm's not exactly a weather, but kind of is. So, if we're going for another kind of weather, I feel like something like an Aurora would work. So if I have a speed boost in Fog, yeah, okay, gotcha. That's pretty cool. But yeah, you can have like an Aurora, because that's basically just solar particles coming from the sun, interacting with our electromagnetic field to create it. But if we didn't have that electromagnetic field, for example, we would be bombarded with intense amounts of radiation, which would destroy our planet. Well, destroy life on our planet. And so you could have an aurora thing for maybe electric or fire? Question mark? Aurora would be awesome. Instead of just snow, creates an aurora effect. Maybe ice and fairy types boosted. Chance for opponents to become confused. Does it? Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like, with the actual radiation and the magnetic, it could be that because it's magnetic field, right? Maybe steel type get affected, and then maybe electric types also get affected. So something like a Clink Clang would really enjoy it, you know? But I could also see, yeah, fire type, maybe fairy type. Fairy's kind of like a wild card type, so I can see that. I guess the ROM hackers wouldn't exactly know too much about the science behind it and would just go, ooh, pretty lights kind of thing. So I imagine if it was a thing, it would be just fairy. Maybe electric if we're lucky. But have you... Yeah, Josh, have you ever played, Pokemon Reborn? I know it's a, like, bit gritty and darker, but they've got, like, one terrain, or, like, field effect for each type. You know? So, like, you'll have, like, a Crystal Cavern, you'll have a Rainbow, you'll have, thing, and depending on your moves, it will impact what, terrain thing it is. So for example, if you're in a kind of factory, right, and it's uncharged, if you use something like a discharge, it will energize it, which will change the effect of it. So instead of like a darkened factory boosting like, you know, ghost type or dark type moves, right, it will become full of light and electricity, so it will now be boosting more electric and steel type moves. Yeah. And like, if it's a forested kind of environment, you could use something like a flame burst to set the forest on fire, you know? You could use gravity against poisonous mist, and then it'll become poisonous terrain. It's pretty interesting. So I don't fully remember what we're doing with this quest, but we're just making our way through the Magma again. Just kind of rambling along the way. But yeah, definitely check it out sometime. It is darker, you know, so probably not exactly child friendly. But, you know, maybe in your own time, check it out. And I guess if you had to do it, you would have to censor it, so it probably wouldn't be a live stream kind of thing. But, you know, it's got some very interesting terrain effects. Yeah, so hopefully we've managed to deliver it effectively. Maybe we could have just zoomed up here, who knows. One way or another it's delivered. Yeah, have to look into it. Yeah. You know, I haven't like completed it. It's a very long, kind of grindy game. You can use some like little cheat codes to help out kind of thing, but at least, you know, checking out the wiki about the field effects would be something worth looking into. Hail Growner is delivered all. We did it. Fair enough, yeah. We probably could have just teleported up here, but we delivered it the hard way. So we're just getting Greynarl drunk. Me and Not Family Friendly go well together. Fair enough, you might enjoy it as well. It is a, you know, bit hard, all things considered. But yeah, gotta hop off and get ready for the stream. But yeah, it's all good. I'll probably join after I'm done here in about half an hour or so. But yeah, it was good to kind of chat with you about Elite Redux and Reborn, you know. So while we're getting Greynell drunk, looks like Barbaros is attacking. You're about to miss out on a really cool cutscene, by the way. But oh well. You'll catch it later, probably. We might have to do another battle before a cutscene, but it'll be great. Yeah, so while Greynell was drunk, Barbaros is here and he's attacking. We get some very cool equipment. Am I good to heal up before this battle? That'd be great. Items. We might need to transfer some more herbs. No, we want bag. Okay, just transferring some items for later. Right, now this also doesn't count as a boss. So let's see how we go. Now with our armor, we do have a chance to reflect a spell back at the opponent. So we're looking pretty good. He only had enough MP for one. Damn. Guess he wasn't that tough. Alright, we're gonna put the Dragon Warrior gear on and revive Greynell into battle against Barbaros. Here we go. It's a very stylish set as well, so check it out. Ready for the Dragon Warrior? We're on full Kung Fu Panda mode. It's not as much defense, but it's stylish as hell. Look at that! Don't we look dapper? Oh yeah. We are a true Dragon Warrior. Stud. Yep. You know, if you saw that, you know, you'll definitely see a bunch of women with him. That's for sure. Alright, we're teaming up with Greynell. Now, do we get the cutscene now or is it later? Oh, we get the cutscene now. Pay attention. Where are you, Barbaros? Show yourself. Over there, eh? Can't believe you're still alive. Believe. And die! Yeah, definitely with like a beam clash right there. Oh boy. You are formidable yet, Greynard, but this will not end as it did last time we met. What the bloomin' boy blazes? I command a power greater than you have ever known. And you will bow down before it! You have had enough? Very well. Now watch. And despair! What the... Simply to show you would not be enough. First, you must witness the obliteration of your home. I can't let him do this. It's been short but sweet, kiddo. See you around! We can't have you cocking it just yet, Guardian of Angel Falls. But I've got a village of my own to protect. What the fuck just happened? Honestly, it never rains, but it really... whatever. Alright. Let's rank that cutscene. You know, is it a 1? Is it a 10? You know, 10 being the greatest, 1 being the worst? What are we kind of ranking that? Before we continue with this. You know, like... What do you reckon that was? Was that a 10? Was that a 1? I feel like that was a 10. That was so good. Best cutscene in the entire game, I think. I love it. Anyway. This is our newest guest. Sent to us by his Goreship Lieutenant Hootingham Gore's forces. So basically, we are in the Giddish Empire's prison, and this guy is Gorham Hogg. So we're in the Gortress. Right. Yeah, so this is a Celestian prison. But we are kind of mortal at the moment. Remember, we're part mortal, part Celestian. So they're a bit confused about us, but they're going to just throw us in jail anyway. In, maggot. Help! Help, we're in prison. Okay, cool, we can equip ourselves. Excellent. So I think it was only the legs that was better. Yeah. It's only slightly, but still pretty good. Technically these are better, but I like the evasion chance. Excellent. That's probably a good spot to end it. Next week we can do all the prison stuff. But yeah, like, what do we think of that cutscene? Like, was it good? Was it bad? Anyone still around? But yeah, same time tomorrow we'll be doing our Nature's Madness run. I'll try to figure out a way to convey all the rules of the nature. But, at least for now, that's going to be it for today's episode. So, I would like to thank everyone for watching, whether you're lurking, chatting, or watching this in the future. So yeah, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. See ya.